struggling with prop firms? Let's go. Now we're going to be speaking over something, and I strongly believe that ICT is not an edge. If it annoys a lot of traders, I really don't care. The truth of the matter is, you're just trading overall, a very complex system, and if you keep on losing, there's no other way to say this. That me myself, I'm a 700k funded trader with prop firms. I trade the break and retest every single day. That's what my students trade, and as you can see, look how simple this is. All I need to identify on a daily basis is the trend direction. Nothing complicated. If the EMAs are showing me red, I know I have to go bearish, I have to sell. If the EMAs are going green, now some of you might think, yeah, but how do you know if you get caught in consolidation and all that? Yeah, I might lose the one off trade, or maybe let's just even call it maximum 2, but overall my system, my edge plays out. If I even show you, this is the Discord community, and you can see me just catching huge monsters, 1 to 14 RR, 1 to 9 RR. It just goes on student certificates. By the way, this case obviously from future will be updated into the VIP channel. And by the way, if anyone is interested in not anyone, but obviously series traders only, I'll take about 5 traders per month, one-to-ones, and all details will be in there. But now obviously I just make. Now sometimes obviously some people say, oh, well, what do you do with this consolidation? Markets, they could be ranging majority of the time throughout the year. The simple thing to do is just move on to another trading instrument, something that's trending very nicely. I mean, a perfect example over here, nicely very bullish. Let me just change the color of this in case someone thinks why is this highlight. Okay, so if market was trending, if I was at this point over here, and it's ranging, I'll just move on. I want to break down some of these entries as well, because I know you guys like watching that. So we've got obviously a break, at this point we've got breaks over here. Now obviously you might be thinking, why have I marked some of these breaks that we have? So I want to obviously let's pick an example. This is the better example. The reason why, in case someone might be thinking, oh well, the breaks happened over here, why is this? No, the reason, there is a obviously a reason for taking a sell from this position. Obviously trend is bearish as well, but even obviously you can see this is again trade with the trend, guys. Trust me when I say that, right? Obviously there's other confluences that are going to such a setup. We'll keep it nice, things nice and simple. Won't overcomplicate it. But look at this. Let's break this down for a entry. So example 1, look at this price. I mean, look at this super strong bearish long wick rejection candle, no wick at the bottom, 0 wick, super strong, right? 100% candle strength. Price breaks through, we've got our push towards the downside. Price already created a low, and then we get another break of a major zone. So that would tell me we want to obviously got the sellers, their bias, and they want to push further down. I mean, look at this. Once price breaks through, right, price starts coming up and it gives you multiple wick rejections. Look at this, rejection 1, 2, 3, 4, multiple wick rejections. Where do you think you can enter from? Put your stops at this candle. Normally get familiar with candlestick patterns as well. Normally when you see a candlestick pattern like this is like a doji candle, some people call it a free pin bar, bullish candle, small little body, and then boom, you could have had your stop loss down here. But even to keep very conservative, very safe, simple like this, and still gives you a nice almost a 1 to 4. Now if I even break this again, this is where sniper entries come into play. Very just 1 minute, clean entries. So price starts to break, breaking through, price comes up, huge engulfing bullish candle over here. But does it mean anything? Not in my eyes. No, we are still below or in the middle of a key zone. Price comes up and look at this, starts coming back down again. Every time price comes up, bearish, sellers take full control, just bring the market down again. Eventually, look at this super strong bearish long wick rejection candle over here. And what I'll do is I'll just delete this so there's no distractions. And then you could have actually had your stop loss like this, clean like this, which is above the wick, and it's also above the key zone. And what happens now when you look at your overall risk to reward, and it looks way much better. And this is why I pass profit challenges super quick. If you can watch out my other videos, you'll see me passing profit challenges very quickly, literally within about 2 days, sometimes even faster. I've even profit challenges risking 0.5%, catching a 1 to 16 RR, And again, how is this possible? Because I trade with the trend. I don't overcomplicate anything. You know, that's one example over there. Let's move on to another one. So let's say price. Look at this. Why do you want to fight something like this? Multiple bearish candles, not a single bullish candle. Price is telling me that sellers are in full control. What happens over again after that? Look at this. Price comes up, right? And then you think, oh, wait a minute, buyers are coming in though, right? Buyers are coming in. Now, there's multiple ways to look at this. Price is coming down. So one example is like this. This is a bearish flag, right? A bearish flag. If you look at it like this, look at this. Price comes through, breaks all these zones, starts trying to show a little bit of a struggle. Buyers are showing that way we're still alive. Then boom, straight through. Now look at the funny thing about the break and retest is, even this breakout candle over here, you could have easily, on this breakout, obviously you have a trade a break and retest, but this is just a breakout trade over here. You could have put your stop above the zone and also above the trend line, right? Just for example's sake. But obviously I know that's not how I take my entries on positions. So price has broken through. Now what do I see over here? I can see now price is broken through. We have the bearish, we have the breakout, we've got a bearish engulfing over here. If I go on a smaller time frame, just one moment. If I go on a smaller time frame, now look at this. What's happening over here, right? Price is, you know, obviously buyers and sellers are, you know, having a bit of a battle over here. Long wick rejection, bearish candle, again very strong candle. Price comes here and then you get a very small mini bearish flag. Again, this one and this one. Price breaks through. You could have even taken your entry like this, a little bit of a breakout, right? Obviously I'm just above the wick and above the trend line, but super safe above like this, and still you would have still pulled a nice 1 to 5. But let's just say just above the wick itself, a nice 1 to 11, right? It's very, very simple. My biggest strength is the way I draw my zones. I trade with the trend. Is what I've shown my students. You know, I've had students who have never, some students who have never passed a profit challenge in their life, and you know, they join, and obviously, but yeah, some examples here. I hope you found value from this. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. I'm going to be making more videos, and especially I'm going to be making videos now what's happening throughout the, you know, the present day, making videos. Like for example over here, look at this. This is EU on today's present. Look at this. You draw your zone over here. Price obviously, you know, we know we're in a bearish now. Obviously I marked out some of these, marked out these zones over here, right? Price is obviously going to come and test this zone first. So that's why obviously, you know, price will obviously take a sell position from here. Now there's two ways to look at this. You might be thinking, yeah, but there's no breakout. Well, there's a breakout from this side. Price come now. This is only worth taking, guys. Remember, this is a very late entry, but it's only worth taking if you have crazy momentum like this, a lot of volume like this. Then it's only worth taking, right? If that wasn't in place, then no, I would never recommend. Then it's only better if, for example, if price broke through like this, and then price came back very early to this, like ignore all this over here, price just broke from here and then turned here, then it's worth it, right? But anyways, yeah, this, I mean EU is looking very bullish, very bearish. Even if I go on the look at this, even if I go on the much bigger time frame, let's see what it shows on the bigger time frame. Let's see what's happening, right? On the much bigger time frame, we've got a, not the best looking, but kind of a head and shoulder pattern. Left shoulder over here, huge double head over here. Price possibly could come back up to this area over here, which is around 1.1800, and then just fall off again, right? Because what would that do? Look at this. Oh, let me just draw this, so I'll make the line bigger. So you got your double head over here, right? Well, this might be actually, you know, the part of the right shoulder, and that might actually come. Obviously I'm not seeing on the daily time frame properly, but yeah, we actually do have a right shoulder over here. If not, it could possibly just come back up again, right? Come back up again, and then you see what I mean? Look at that, left shoulder, the head, right shoulder. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, share. Take care. Or by join Discord community as well. I'm out.